5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Genius Brain Podcast. We just knocking them out today, man.
Woo!
You have any idea that you guys are actually very highly requested on this podcast? Which is insane because there are way more important people out here.
People are
for some reason. They're like, you know who I like? I like the wetback and the gook.
Fucking nobody.
The halfback.
Yeah,
nobody.
That's what I love about it's about the people. It's not about the clout. Which I hate that word clout.
Clout. Yeah, clout sounds weird.
Yep.
Clout doesn't sound like it represents what it means, you know?
It's supposed to be. Hood people like to make shit. Like I feel like intelligent words sound unintelligent. Like when they call a girl a female, like female is supposed to be the smarter word for girl, but like look at this female. It's like now it just sounds hood.
Yeah.
But don't like you ASMR fuck.
I don't like ASMR. Dude.
Why do you watch ASMR?
So here's the thing.
I get ASMR. Let me just say this before I shit on you and I make fun of you. I like ASMR back cracks, like when they get their
I like that
chiropractic shit, because it reminds me of me getting my back cracked, so it helps me relax. So I used to watch that shit all the time. But you like people like chewing on shit.
No, so it's not the sounds. It's just like the.
That is what ASMR is, though, right? Sounds.
Yeah, I know, but it's not most. It's about people eating like.
This
the
dude likes
grossest
disgusting shit. He showed me a video of some fucking fat lady eating a crab leg, and it was the nastiest. He's like, "Hey, isn't this fucking cool?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm gonna throw up." He's like, "It's like," and he's like laughing, but his dick is hard. It's like, what's going on?
I'm pitching a tent. Hey, I would never start a conversation by saying, "Hey, isn't this cool?" I would never do that. First off, second, this whole ASMR thing, it just it's one of those things that's like a car accident. It's like so fucking gross. And it's gross watching people eat large amounts of food.
Your stock is getting lower and lower as you're speaking.
700.
It's like a car accident, guy. You know when you laugh at it and then you're like, ha, fucking people dying.
Exactly. No. It's like somebody explaining that they like step fucking brother porn. You know what I mean? It's like,
because they're not really related.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like I would love to bang my stepbrother.
Yep, you could have said stepsister, but
no, I slipped up. That's a slip. No,
not that there's anything wrong with that. If you like cock, cock away,
brother, cock-a-doodle-doo,
cock-a-doodle-doo, baby.
No, I just think it's gross, and I for some reason I just can't stop watching it. That's what it is. I'm not like.
Well, what type of like? Because I understand. Because I think mukbang started for people who eat alone, and so they want to eat with somebody.
It's mostly it's
bro. What was that? What'd you just say?
It's for people who eat alone.
Fuck a dog. Like, what did he just say?
Hey, dude, that's a thing, bro. Hey, that's what it is. I like seeing people eat like a big old bowl of noodles, and I'm like, yeah, man. Because I imagine me eating the bowl of noodles. That's what it is.
They love it, dude. And
it's me just seeing people eat like fatty, shitty food that
you
I
can't
think
have.
I would like. Yeah.
So it got big because a lot of people who are on diets would like watching other people eat the food they can't eat, which to me is torture. I want to see you eat a fucking bowl of broccoli and hate it because I'm like, yeah, you're me, baby.
Nah.
Yeah, that is weird.
I like people. I like watching people eat ramen. And I'm like, oh man, like
really?
I don't know why. I just like it.
Because you're a creep, bro. That's
what the problem solved. We figured it out, y'all.
You're a weirdo.
But I have
Your boy's weird as shit.
I'm telling you, man. I have a buddy who does ASMR shit now, and she did it, and she's more popular on her ASMR channel that she just started recently than her actual channel.
Well, what's her actual channel?
It's like fitness stuff and just daily vlog stuff. She's like a fitness person, and then she did the ASMR thing, and it's doing way better. It's just her like, okay, guys.
It's a niche, though, you know.
And you could literally hear her swallow her spit.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, guys. So today, I'm gonna rub this mic like this.
See, that's kind of soothing, though.
Are people like jerking off to this, or like?
I think they're falling asleep to it. They're falling asleep to it. It's supposed to make them fall asleep.
I don't know.
Weird,
yeah, because
dude.
I didn't know if this is like. I was like, is this sexual? What is this? Because there's a lady like I don't know if you guys have seen the bread face lady. Have you ever seen that lady?
Yeah, that's
on Instagram?
What the fuck?
I don't know who's getting hard to that.
This is I fuck with this because I think it's hilarious.
Yeah,
but like it's some lady like.
How dare you judge this man?
Wait. Let me explain myself.
Yeah, dude.
Let me explain myself.
You like the videos of the girl mashing her face in bread,
bro,
dude?
It's so
brioche.
funny. It's like she'll be at a table. Sometimes she's in public, or the one at the beach. The last one I saw was at the beach. She has a
no. He sent that to us, dude. He sent that to a group chat.
She has a different piece of bread every time, and she just sticks her face in it and just mashes her face to the the surface of the table, whatever it is. And that's the whole fucking video. And it has like millions of likes, but it's so funny to me because it's like,
why do I feel like this person's Asian?
No,
She is.
she's for sure.
she's Asian.
Japanese?
She might be Korean.
I don't know.
yo.
I don't know.
Korean?
She looks like she's Korean, but
Close
she's probably
enough.
Chinese
You
or
know,
some shit.
yeah, I don't know.
But she was, I think she was one, like, that was like a big story. That was the one that everybody was talking about, like, oh my God, this girl makes X amount of dollars a day.
Wait, money from how? People donate money to it? It's Twitch?
Yeah. Well, people pay
Bread?
her money and they'll give her requests. They'll give her requests like,
Hilarious.
do a croissant, do a chocolate croissant, and she'll do it and they'll pay her to do it.
What?
Yeah, or some shit.
Dog, I could do that. Will you guys pay me money to smash bread in my face? Because I do it anyways. That's actually how I eat my food. Like a pig into a trough.
It's always like just a stale face. Like she has no emotion. And it's just like, it'll start like, it'll be a loaf of bread and it'll just be like.
For some reason, I see her smashing her face into it full force, like Mach 10.
And
No, but that would be fucking
yeah,
hilarious.
that'd be way
And
better.
she comes up and it's just a bloody nose, just soaking into the bread, and she sticks it up her nose. Absorbs the moisture.
But she gets every part of her face, I think. He'll send it to us. It's weird.
I think it's funny as shit. It makes me laugh.
See, there's entertainment into it. Your thing is what do you do to it? You just enjoy it?
No, I send it to my other buddies. I'm like, dude, look at this shit. I send it to all the other
People
trainers.
eating noodles?
I send it to. Well, it's like there's a guy that I really like. He's in pain, dude. Like he takes the biggest like bowl of noodles and just eats it, and his mouth is, his cheeks are full. He's still chewing, and then he takes a giant piece of like steak. Eats that.
Disgusting.
It's
It's
so gross.
fucking disgusting.
It's disgusting.
And I'll send it to the guys that I work with. Shout out to my coworkers at PSC. I'll send them videos, and we'll just send each other videos, and we're like, "Oh my god!"
You know,
this
I
is
talk shit
disgusting.
about this, but I've done like 7 mukbangs on my channel before.
Oh.
But then I did it in my David So type of
Yeah,
way.
it's your
where
way.
It was exhausting as fuck. So I set up 3 cameras. I would eat the food, describe where it's from, and it would be like the top 3 best sandwiches in LA.
But that's different though. That's like you're giving information.
Yeah.
This is just like
They're just eating food.
yeah, but
They're
like
just suffering.
It's
Like,
only good. It's only
like,
good on
what?
Instagram. Like if you ask me to go on YouTube and watch it, no, I'm not.
Oh,
gonna
like
do
you're better than them, huh? You sick son of a bitch.
I know,
He's like, he has like a weird moral high ground.
Yeah, it's like elitism.
Nah, because it's only good for 10 seconds, dude.
Yeah, I only fucking do it on Instagram though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
What are you talking
I
about?
only-
You know those
I
YouTube
only
people?
jerk
Yup.
off on
They're the
Instagram,
creeps.
dude. No, yeah, I'm not jerking off to this.
There's this guy that's really big on he does like mukbang stuff too. He cooks the food and he eats it. But the way he eats the food makes me want to find him and stab him in the eyes.
Why? What does
Because
he
he
do?
just chews so fucking loud.
I don't. Yeah,
And
I'm
that's
not-
how he chews. And it's like, bro, shut your fucking mouth, you disgusting fuck. I will find you and kill you. That's how much I hate him.
Dude, there's these people that take like a bunch of razor clams, and they're all from like, I think they're Chinese for sure.
Why?
And then they put them all together like this, and they're dipped in like chili oil, like the mouth numbing ones, and they fit it in their mouth.
And they just chew on the
They suck out the razor clams, dude, and it's like, oh my god, what is this?
dog. My favorite fucking cooking one, dude, by the way, is this one Asian channel. I'll send it to you guys later. Hilarious.
Gang Can't Cook.
It's not supposed to be hilarious, but this guy cooks everything in a wok at his restaurant. But he literally has the live animal, and it's like the most obscure animal ever. He's like, today we have a wood rat. And it's just running around, and he just chops up the fucking live wood rat.
No way, he
What-
does it on camera.
And he took out in the newer videos. He took that part out because I guess it's too graphic.
Yeah.
but it'll be like the most
for
obscure
sure got
fucking animal.
demonetized, huh?
Today we have a Zhuling style scarecrow. It's like,
Cooling style scarecrow.
why are you cooking these weird animals that you're not supposed to fucking eat? It's like
it's a wooden man that he's cooking. He chopped
scarecrow.
up
Yeah.
this wooden man.
it's the weirdest
He's
fucking thing.
eating
It's
it.
like today we have wombat. I'm like,
Wombat?
where did you capture this? He goes,
Those are in Australia.
It's like been in my family recipe for 200 years. It's like your family has been eating wombats for 200 years. You fucking sick fucks.
What the fuck?
This guy
bro?
just has an excuse to just kill animals on
It's just
video.
every animal that you think you shouldn't eat, he cooks it and it's delicious. Apparently,
Wow.
it's like and it's all in fucking Mandarin and it makes me laugh.
What's the crazy-
I say Cantonese?
What's the craziest food you've eaten animal wise?
I think I had pig uterus before, which I didn't know it was pig uterus because it was like in a hot pot.
Okay.
And I ate it and I was like, this is weird shit. And then like, inside the pig is the womb. I was like,
Oh, so the uterus.
am I eating a uterus right now, bro?
Inside the
ovaries
pig
or the
is that
uterus?
pussy. You eat pussy.
Inside the pussy.
And I like how the guy who was telling me what it was, he was nervous to tell me because I just ate this shit, and he already knew I was gonna hate it. And he was like, you know, the part where it looked like a clam on a girl. It's like a clam. You know, guy have a hot dog, you will have a taco. That's where you come from.
Excuse me, sir. Where are you going with this?
Oink oink, pussy pussy.
What about you? What's the craziest food you've eaten?
I've eaten grubs. Like in Ecuador, like the little yellow, like the fucking lion.
Oh, the one that's just fucking squiggling and shit.
It looked gross.
How was it?
It was all right. It tasted like eggs, kind of like scrambled eggs.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that
it was
actually
weird.
sounds pretty good.
It wasn't bad. It's just the texture and the fact that you see.
Oh, it was raw?
Yeah, I ate raw.
Oh,
You ate it
shit.
raw? What's wrong with you?
It was in Ecuador, baby.
Come on, baby.
What's going on,
Live
baby?
life.
You know why? Because he was already prepped from that dookie dick.
Yeah, I was dookie dicked out.
Shout out
I'm
to
not-
the
I'm
first
immune. I'm
episode.
immune.
Shout out to the first episode.
I'm dookie dicked out, baby. I'm immune.
Once you smell dookie dick, dude, you're just like, nothing affects me,
Yeah,
dude.
stay
Grubs,
tuned for the Dookie
worms.
Dicks. You guys are going to find out about this.
It tastes like scrambled eggs?
It kind of tasted like scrambled eggs.
What the
I tried
fuck?
fried ones and live ones.
I bet the fried ones were bad, huh?
They were better because it is weird.
Nice little
it's
crunch.
Like gushy.
What about you? What'd you eat?
I had a cricket. That was it. Like it was like
You're
a
such a...
grasshopper.
You can't offer anything to a conversation, can you?
I know cricket, bro.
What'd you have? I had
Dad's
SpaghettiOs.
I had my dad's piss one time. It was great.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that is the weirdest thing you
that
ate.
is probably the
You
weirdest
actually
thing.
beat all of us, you
But
piss
I
drinker.
never ingested it, so
Doesn't matter.
you
Was
guys
it-
a little
look,
bit,
you
a
guys
little
look dumb.
Some of it.
Well, those girls in that R. Kelly tape didn't ingest it either, and you're one of them now.
What can I say? I'm amongst legends.
Dude, I wonder what would happen if R. Kelly got a hand of you. He would have had his way with you.
Yeah, there's probably, especially like
I'm going to piss in your mouth. You're like, already done it.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
He would
yeah,
know.
it'd
He'd be
fine.
like, I know you drank piss before.
I can see it. I can see it in your lips.
I can see it.
I can see it.
You
I
ready
can
for
smell
this
it.
hot piss.
I'll be like, all right, Mr. Kelly, let's do this. That's what I would say.
It's hot R&B.
Like unknowingly,
piss.
I'd be like, yeah, all right, okay.
That's fucking disgusting. You're a weird guy, man.
I'll go with the flow, baby.
Tinkle, tinkle, baby. Come on.
You like the weird mukbang stuff. I think that's the part that creeps me out about you.
Like
man.
what?
Just like morbidly obese people eating, which I guess
No,
technically
I don't like that.
I guess technically like 2 years ago that was me.
I don't like that. I'm not
He
a
likes
fan
the
of that.
pain. That's what I'm telling you. In wartime, he's snapping. Like he likes the
For sure.
suffering. He likes the suffering element.
No, it's not the suffering. It's just like it's funny to
That
see.
black lady was suffering with the crab legs. She was like it was bad.
I
It
didn't.
was like
that was a bad example.
waterboarding video.
And I didn't.
It's like, damn, this bitch is struggling.
It's like
dude.
dipping it in like melted butter and then
Yeah.
eating that shit.
You guys don't watch waterboarding videos? Those are my favorite videos. No. No. What?
It got dead silent. Like,
Faces of Death.
I know
Who's
I
with
said
me?
I don't edit my podcast, but we're gonna have to edit that out. man.
Nah, George, don't edit it out.
No,
Leave
we're gonna keep it on. I actually edit the
Faces of
videos
Death.
now because it doesn't take much time. Yeah, it's actually pretty quick. You just lay over the audio and you go done.
So you've never cut anything from a podcast?
I've cut certain parts where I felt like maybe you shouldn't have said that because it's about their private life. And I was like, nah, we'll cut that shit out.
Gotcha.
But I try not to make cuts. That's why we only have one camera.
Come on, baby.
Yeah, I tried multiple cameras. People hated it, and I was like, "Thank you," because
Yeah.
it was a lot of fucking work.
Yeah, that must be a pain in the ass.
I don't think they like the jumping part. It's too erratic. They just
Yeah.
want to see. It kind of makes them feel like they're a part of the room when they're just right there in the corner.
Yeah, that's true.
There, over there in the corner.
what's up?
There
That's
you
right.
are.
Your opinion matters.
We're reaching out for you.
This podcast is brought to you by Skillshare, my friends. If you are into lifelong learning, then you are into Skillshare. Is there something out there in the 2020 new year that you were thinking that, hey, I should probably tackle? Well, guess what? I've been using Skillshare for quite a while now when it comes to anything videography or photography wise. I use Skillshare to sharpen up my skills. And I know a lot of you out there want to learn at your own time and at your own pace. Well, guess what? Skillshare has a huge database of knowledge that you could pick from and get you sharpening up those skills today, my friends. So, Skillshare is a proud sponsor of Genius Brain. Explore your creativity at Skillshare.com/brain and get 2 free months of premium membership. That's 2 whole months of unlimited access to thousands of classes for free. Get started and join today by heading to Skillshare.com/brain. That's Skillshare.com/brain. Your opinion, man. Speaking of opinions, man, topic of the day. Ricky Gervais, homie.
Bang, 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 bang.
Did you guys ever watch any of Ricky Gervais's stand-up?
Yeah. We were just talking about it outside. I saw the one where he did the Noah's Ark. Have you ever seen that one? Mm-mm. He talks about like the Bible for like the whole special, and he just breaks down like. It's really funny. I'm not going to even do it justice, but I think it's on YouTube.
No, I want you to ruin his stand-up. Please do it.
All right,
now.
so hello, my name is. No, I'm not going to do that. But no, Ricky Gervais is fucking hilarious.
I like how he's like a fucking medieval pedant.
Hello,
shit.
hello.
Excuse me, master. Can I have some gruel?
No. Some gruel.
Hello, governor. Hello, governor.
I know I just have a couple of shillings, but please, could you give me some water?
That's good, dude.
That is really good.
That's hella good. You could have been in the Game of Thrones.
I would love. You know what the funny thing is? I really wanted to be in the Game of Thrones, but I'm pretty sure I would have been like somebody's Asian sex slave because it would have been some random fucking Asian guy in Game of Thrones. It's like, what is he? He's some fucking mongoloid creature.
Mongoloid.
His eyes are small because he's always looking into the light.
Your fucking accent is on point.
I watched a little too much Game of Thrones, baby.
Dude, that's really good.
That is solid.
Let's review all of Game of Thrones, starting from season 1. Go ahead. Let's
go. First season was trash. Second season, not great. Number 3, the Red Wedding. That's when it started popping, baby. Once you stab a pregnant woman in the fetus, that's what's up, dude. That's what I like. I was like, oh.
No holds barred. You can do whatever.
I was like,
oh man.
And they kept showing it. They zoomed in on it.
Like an Italian chef. I went, I said, this is
finally great. Something my speed.
I fucking Jon Snow was interesting.
Jon Snow was dope.
That way that fucking shit ended was terrible.
Yeah, awful. It ruined the whole series.
Awful. The Night King episode was sick, but that should have been like the last episode, and also that dude shouldn't have died that easy.
Yeah, it was.
But that episode though was when I was watching it, I was shitting my pants.
Yeah, they should have ended it with that.
Yeah, it was like that's it.
Bran was useless. That dude doesn't do anything. All this build
Cersei dies really lame.
Yeah.
I heard Cersei wasn't actually naked in the Walk of Shame. It was a body double, and they fucking deep faked her face on that shit.
They did that with didn't they do that with Targaryen?
But I think in the beginning she was naked, and then she was like, I don't want to be naked anymore.
She's like, respect. She got she's doing her thing.
That's when I watched that first episode and the people were just naked. I'm like, this is a good show. Yeah. I don't know why I fucking held off on this shit the whole time.
I saw Theon's dick. This is a great show.
Theon Greyjoy. Did you?
What episode? Did you show his dick?
I think you just imagined that in your fantasy.
Yeah, they don't show his dick. They just talk about his dick being big.
Nah. They showed his dick, dude.
They did not show his dick, and you are fucking
Hey, guys, in the comments below, talk about when Theon Greyjoy showed his dick.
They did not show his dick.
They didn't show his dick.
They made a lot of references to how big it was for his size.
Is my mouth watering? Oh, jeez.
This guy is saying so much sus shit right now, dude.
Step Brothers, Theon Greyjoy. He's probably my crush on the show. What were we saying? Wait, what? Oh, we're not talking about crushes? My bad. Hey, can we edit that? Can you go back and
I would love to be. I love the reason why I liked Game of Thrones. Well, for the first 2 seasons were a little whack for me, but I liked it because I just like swords and I like that medieval shit. I love that old show Hercules with Kevin Sorbo.
Is that the one that was like on Channel 5 and shit?
And they did crossover with Xena. They did crossover with Xena, the Warrior Princess.
Yep, with Lucy Lawless and then Kevin Sorbo.
Lucy Lawless, dude.
I remember I was watching that movie with a buddy, like my buddy's dad is Chilean dude who had a crazy bad temper. And he would always watch like just Bruce Lee movies and cowboy movies. That's like all he did. And for some reason, we were watching another movie with that guy, Brian. What's his name? The fucking Brian what?
Oh, Kevin Sorbo?
Kevin Sorbo or whatever. And it's like a movie about detectives or something. And he's like handcuffed. And his dad's like, come on, motherfucker, break out of the handcuffs. You're Hercules, dog.
he's like, he's always Hercules. He's like, it's a different role. It's not real, man.
This dude was in his 40s. You're fucking Hercules, dog. Break out of those handcuffs. They ain't shit, dog.
Doesn't understand how movies work.
That's so fucking funny. This shit's so unreal, man. He's Hercules. He can't break out of those things. It's like, that shit's not real, bro. He's like, when he goes to fucking Greece, he's disappointed. He goes, where's all the fucking gods? Where's Aphrodite? Where's Zeus?
Yeah, that's
like waiting. That's so fucking funny, dude.
That's dedication.
Yeah, Kevin Sorbo was the shit, man. I used to like Hercules and then Xena Warrior Princess because I thought Lucy Lawless was hot, and she also had her lesbian lover Gabrielle on that.
Yeah,
they actually made out on that show.
Oh,
there was this. I remember this scene specifically because I tried to masturbate it to later when I was older.
Like 2 days
yesterday. She died, and then she found the fountain of life. And for some reason, instead of just putting the water into her mouth, she decides to drink the water and then put the water in her mouth through her mouth. And I, as a kid, was like, my bottoms are tingling.
Yeah.
What What is this sensation? I like it when two
Was that
women
your first boner?
I don't remember what my first boner was, but I do remember the first time when I masturbated and I came and it hurt.
Yeah.
I was like, this kind of hurts.
It hurt? It hurt.
Yeah, it kind of hurt a little bit.
Wow.
I did this the first time when I came. I grabbed and I was like, oh geez, I thought I was peeing.
You put the
I
top
freaked
on
out.
it?
Yeah.
I went, topped it off.
Didn't help.
And it just went back in and it came out your ass.
Yeah. Came out my nose. I was like, oh geez.
Come on my nose. Come on my nose. Come on my nose.
Coming on my nose.
Sound like a 3-0. Come on my mouth.
I got cum in my nose is what I was trying to say.
What happened with you? You got like CTE and shit now.
Yeah,
man.
dude. Sometimes, it's late. I'm sleepy right now.
James Tony right here.
Talking about
Tones,
falling
dude.
asleep. I'm sleepy right now.
Yeah. You know what? It's not even that late, dude.
Dude, I'm asleep by now.
Really?
Yeah.
What time is it right now?
It's 10:08.
You sleep at 10 o'clock?
Dude, Tiff's already sleeping. She's waiting for me.
Come on,
Let's
my
wrap
nose.
this up, dude.
Come on,
Come on, it's like come on my nose.
Come on, no.
I'm just like blinking.
But let's
really
go
hard.
through
Come on, nose.
the Ricky Gervais transcript,
Okay.
baby, because that shit was fucking wild.
Pull it up, baby.
I thought it was offensive and I didn't like it.
I like your shirt too. Is there a pineapple on your shirt?
There's a pineapple eating a shark or a shark eating a pineapple. I can't remember.
He's balancing on his
I like
nose.
that.
Yeah. Let's start with the Ricky Gervais thing. For you guys who
And
haven't
do it with
seen,
the accent. Do it with the accent too.
Oh, I can't do it.
Hello.
Yeah, but see, the way I do the whatever the European British accent is very offensive. Apparently,
Is it?
Yeah,
People
so-
get mad at you about that?
I don't think it's real. That's why, because you know,
Yeah.
like there's like different regions. But
Yeah.
we always choose like the most obnoxious one ever. Hello, bruv.
Yeah.
You know?
Hello, bruv.
It's like me mom doesn't speak like that. We always choose Jason Statham. That's why.
But you know what
But that-
though?
I mean,
when
it's
when
fine.
English when English people make fun of Americans, it's always like Valley Girl or something like that.
Or they go, yeah, man, real cool, man. Yeah,
Real cool,
real
man,
cool,
dude.
man.
Real cool,
I love my hot cars and my Trump. I love it.
Trump. I love it. MAGA.
I love it.
I love it. I love
that wall.
Yeah, I love me guns. Bang bang. Am I American? Also, where's me fucking car? I'm Jason Statham.
Where's me fucking car?
I'm going to hurt you, and I'm going to rip your eyes out.
That's Transporter.
Yep. Also, I don't know why I'm killing, but I'm just doing it. I'm doing it for the fuck of it. The part that everybody loved, I think that they were quoting about Ricky Gervais' shit, was that one statement right before he fucking left. What'd he say? He goes, he talked first. It was he led into the Apple thing where he was shitting. This was the best part. He goes, Apple roared into the TV game with the morning show, a superb drama about the importance of dignity and doing the right thing, made by a company that runs sweatshops in China. Fucking burned.
Damn.
Yeah.
They jump out of buildings and they put nets on them.
So, well, you say you're woke, but the companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you?
Dude, that was...
Bro.
So if you do win an award tonight, please don't use it as a platform to make a political speech. You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So if you win, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and fuck off.
Dude,
Beautiful.
amazing.
That shit is so true.
Beautiful.
That shit is so fucking true.
So true. And like for years has needed to been like
Yeah.
someone needed to tell these motherfuckers that forever.
It's weird when there's like presidential debates or stuff about politics in the which, by the way, it's very deep and it's very hard to understand. And they have this resounding like tweet about what you should do about politics and all this other shit. When it's like, what do you know?
Yeah.
You are an actor and you are a gajillionaire. It's like, what are you fucking talking about? And the funny thing is too, the people who really hate Trump, right? And these people who are make a shit ton of money, you guys are the ones that are actually benefiting the most that Trump is in the office. You are getting the fattest fucking tax breaks because of his tax break policies based on your bracket of income, which is so fucking odd to me. This is what he's talking about. It's like you talk all this bullshit, but you're the one that's benefiting from all this stuff, but you want to talk about this moral high ground? Fuck you. Shut the fuck up. And I agree. If I was there, just one of these.
Me too.
And people actually went nuts
Yeah.
too. People went crazy for it. They liked
did.
it.
Yeah.
Except for Tom Hanks. He was sweating bullets.
I know.
Yeah.
I thought Tom Hanks was cool out of all of them. But
Tom Hanks
that
is
dude was
not
a
cool.
whack- He was like, like, dude, you're a fucking asshole.
Because the
dude.
camera's on him the whole time, so he knows he has to like kind of save face probably. But you know what? I think a lot of these guys, a lot of the where they panned to the people in the audience, they were all fucking just.
I think they were all really nervous, man.
They were all just pissed, dude. They were super pissed.
It's like, dude, you're fucking up my paycheck, man.
Yeah.
The
joke he said about Judi Dench. No, the joke he said about James Corden.
Oh, he called him a fat pussy.
He's like, yeah, James
That shit
Corden
was hilarious.
played a fat pussy, and he was also in the movie Cats. Classic. Boom.
Bang,
Roasted.
bang.
I guarantee you, James
Hilarious.
Corden is going to do a response about that.
Is he?
Fat shaming is not something.
Do people not like James Corden?
No, I think people love James Corden. So the thing is, I think I think he's just a very progressive guy. So people who are on the far right don't really like his views. But James Corden seems like a really cool dude. You know, like what I do like about him is the fact that like how successful he became and how he found his lane really well.
Yeah.
Like he's a really great late night host. That's like his fucking shit. But I think like some people felt he was a little. I guess somebody made it was him talking about the subject of being like something about fat shaming, and then he did this whole statement about a lot of people loved him, but when you have such a harsh stance on something, the other side of it, people will get mad. Yeah. And I guess like, you know, the whole fat shaming topic is like, where do we draw the line from what fat shaming is and just people just wanting to live an unhealthy lifestyle? Right? Because I mean, I was 270 fucking pounds. Yeah. Right. So like, I understand what it is to be fat. I think it's very weird. Because even though I was fat, I never said like, bruh, healthy man. You know what I mean? I wasn't walking around trying to give people life advice about what healthy is. And I never convoluted loving myself with being healthy. I was a fat fuck. Like I could barely breathe. Like I remember when I was walking down the stairs, I felt everything jiggle. And I was like, I don't think my body should feel this way. You know what I mean? My knees would hurt. I had trouble fucking sleeping. My bowels. Let's talk about poopy, baby, when you're that fat.
Diarrhea all day.
Like I said, when diarrhea is every day, it's just poop. That's what it is, baby. But it's weird when they're like, yeah, you know, people have like these very arbitrary arguments when it comes to health and being big. They go, you can't judge somebody based on their weight, on their athleticism. Very fucking true. Yeah. You really can't, right? Because there's powerlifters who are very large, but they're squatting a gajillion pounds.
But they also can't tie their shoes.
Exactly. I mean, there's people who, there are these stuff, but I think sometimes a lot of people like to find the exception to the rule so it can apply to them. Yeah. Right? And that's the weird part for me. It's like, listen, you're 350 pounds, you're 5'8", you're unhealthy. They're like, well, you don't know. I could be athletic. Trust me, you're not.
You're not. Yeah.
Your leg looks like cottage cheese, and you're also 14. So let's figure this shit out. All right?
Exactly.
Like, it's okay for you to say, like, I'm unhealthy, and I'm okay with it. But you can't tell somebody that you're healthy just because you want to say that you're healthy.
Or that they're an asshole for pointing that out. Like that's the thing is like if you like I mean I don't know if they mean like because it's weird to not be able to just say what the fuck the reality is. It's like it doesn't make you an inferior person if you're fat, right? Like it's just it doesn't make you less of a human being.
It actually makes you more of a human being.
Actually, yeah, you're taking up more fucking space. It's uncomfortable for everybody else.
I can say this: I'm fat. Fat people can make fun of fat people. Until I'm skinny, I can keep doing it.
But like, bro, like, what the fuck? Like, and if people make fun of each other all the time for everything. Like, it's not your feelings don't like come before everybody else's or everything else in the fucking world. Like it's not,
you know, if I was playing to the fat person side, you know, because I'm a bigger guy, like I understand because like, you know, it's the easiest thing to get made fun of. And that's like the always go-to joke. So I could see why people feel belittled when they're bigger. Right. Yeah. And there's also like stuff too, where things just aren't catered towards bigger people, which for me, I never understood. It's like, if you want to make more money, make some fucking clothes for fatter people. There's a lot of fat people in the world. Make some clothes for them.
Right.
And fat people need to lose weight. If you have fitness stuff, Nike did a good job. They made clothes for fat people. They weren't taking a moral stance, but it's a business thing. It's like, fat people need to lose weight. They need some fitness.
Somewhere.
You got to start somewhere, so they need some fitness shit. Kind of makes sense. So I understand. Trust me, I get it. As a fat person, I understand like how it sucks to be fat and how everybody pokes fun at you at it. You know, not everybody's gonna be like me, where I'm just like writing disses back. It's like, motherfucker, just wait till you talk about my titties. I'm gonna talk about your divorce. There we go. I'm gonna talk about your divorced parents.
And that's fair game, dude.
Yeah,
that's fair game.
So there's ways that I cope with it, and that's not everybody. But yeah, I just think it's weird that we're having this conversation that, fat is healthy. Yeah. And I that's just the one little thing I don't like is I don't want people to think that your worth is, it's not a self-value thing. It's just scientific fucking fact. Yeah. If you're going on a treadmill.
Let's do some blood work. How about that?
Yeah. If we just do blood work, we look at your shit and your cholesterol's through the fucking roof, like your blood work says that you're very deficient in certain things, you're unhealthy, you have fucked up joints and shit like that, and then the argument is that I'm still a good person, I'm still beautiful. Nobody's talking about that shit.
Right.
Yeah, we're just saying that you're unhealthy.
Yeah.
And I also think too, it from an animal point, it does make sense that people are attracted to more fit people. I think just as that's how it is in the nature.
Yep.
In the nature. That's what it is in the nature.
The nature.
Yeah, when you see tiger like the bigger tiger. That's what it is, man. I actually think I
like
sound
the
more
bigger
valid when I say that.
Yeah. And it sends the point home for sure.
Because like I guess like for you, because you're I believe you work in fitness from what I recollect.
No, not anymore. I'm in finance now.
Oh, you're in finance now?
You suck
at that.
I'm a custodian at a financial office.
Oh, you're a custodian at a financial. I'm in finance now. I pick up pennies off the floor.
Yeah.
I've been
doing really good this week. So.
Well, I mean, I guess for you, because you're in fitness, like how do you deal with that? Because I feel like sometimes like a lot of personal trainers, they have to see people who come in and they're not very open and honest about what their goals are and what they want.
Yeah.
They're like, the first thing, like I always hear people, they go like, listen, I fucking love the way I am. I love this shit. But the first thing they want to do is talk about like how they look and how they don't feel great. It's like, I don't understand what you're getting at. Like, is it this way or that way?
Yeah. A lot of times it's very objective, right? So my client base is very different for the most part. I get a lot of like skinnier dudes that just want to put on muscle or things like that. But for the most part, it's the same approach across the way. And a lot of it, we don't progress forward unless there is, and we analyze kind of what you're here for. And we have to really dig deep on what your goals are. Because a lot of times people come in and they don't want to admit why they're really there. It does take a lot of conversation. And a lot of times it's like they have to feel comfortable with me, right?
Oh, for them to open up.
Because like I've had people come in and they're like, yeah, I just want to get stronger. I just want to kind of just like do a little more.
Classic answer.
Dude.
Dude.
It's just like, like my wife tells me I need to work out a little.
So I lose like 5 pounds. It's just 5.
Yeah. Or just
6
like
ounces.
Yeah, I
6
just
ounces.
Yeah, so it's then it comes down to how many ounces do you want to lose? Just one. 3 ounces is cool.
3 ounces. Just like a nice sturdy steak.
Yeah, no. So it's a lot of it is bringing self-awareness to people. Like I feel like every time I come on here, I talk about that because that's the biggest thing. It's understanding what people are doing currently and what they can do to change their normal habits. Right? Sometimes people pay me money to try to help them fix things. And sometimes they can't get it done just because they can't come to reality with themselves, which is a problem that everybody has, whether it's a fitness or business or whatever. Like it's just something that everybody has a fundamental problem with because people don't want to face what their real issues are.
Yeah. When I started losing weight and then a couple of friends were asking me how I did it because I tried for multiple years and I failed constantly. Yeah. And that's all my fault, right? Because I like burgers.
Yeah.
It's like.
And at the time that meant more to you.
Yeah, it did. It meant way more to me. Yeah. I was like, I want this burger, and I'll deal with diarrhea.
Exactly.
I'll deal with it is. Dude. I just need 16 wipes. Just swipe 16, and I'm good to go. I wasted a lot of toilet paper in my life, fellas. Let me tell you that.
Oh, baby. Come on, baby.
Come on,
baby.
Come on, motherfucker.
When there was some blood in that stool, I was like, maybe it's time to change my life.
See, so that's what it is, right? Like, what's scarier than finding blood in your shit? You're like, oh, what did I do?
I was wiping too much from all those. Just tearing skin out my anus, dude.
Yeah,
I had the butthole of a porn star. How about that?
Oh, shit.
Wow.
It's just because new skin.
Nice.
New skin,
Bleached.
dude. Bleached.
Bleached white.
This guy
bleached
wiped
white.
the hairs off his asshole.
That's
how
right.
hard he was wiping.
It just smelled like burnt matches.
Keep your asshole clean,
That's what it was.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I have a friend right now. She's I gave her the same stuff that I did to kind of help me there.
Yeah.
But then I always told her too, it's like no matter what I give you, if you're not committed to make this change, it's not going to make a fucking difference.
Because at the end of the day, the information is already out there.
Yeah, it's there.
Right? When people hire me, I'm not trying to my end goal is to try to teach them as much as I can.
Yeah.
Not just tell them what to do. Because sometimes people just need to hire someone just to tell them what to do. But at the end of it, it's like, how do I get this person to walk once a week extra than they already do? Like, what is it to them? Like, how can I tap? And that's what a lot of it is. It's just changing behavior, right? And a lot of times people don't want to do it.
We're in a world too where I think everybody wants like instant gratification.
Exactly. People think what it is, it's entitlement.
I'm all about that entitlement, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Like people, they think they're owed something or they think they deserve something. But at the end of the day, like no one really owes you anything, you know? So, and a lot of times people don't want to get their hands dirty. And trust me, I've been there, done that. I remember the first time I went to the MMA gym that I started at. I was like, oh shit, like I'm gonna get this shit in like a month, bro. Like I'm a quick learner. Everyone thinks that in their head. Like, oh, I'm a quick learner.
Oh man, you were a little cocky shit.
Yeah,
huh?
I was like, dude, I was like, man, I was made to do this.
Oh, by the way,
first month,
yep,
like I was getting beat up left and right. I would kick the bag, my shins would bleed, and I was like, I don't want to go back. It was like the hardest fucking month of my life, and it was fucking really hard. But after that, you know, you just keep at it, and then I'm at where I'm at now. And I'm not like I'm some crazy fucking amazing kickboxer or anything like that, but like, you know, it's after X amount of years, I'm able to look back and be like, okay, I've come a long way since where I started. And I think people don't, you know, obviously no brainer. They don't get past that first stage because being uncomfortable is the worst thing ever for a lot of people.
That's even like, fuck Gilbert, by the way. Gilbert, this fool.
Fuck you, dude.
Today,
we're his ass in my face.
Nice.
Yeah, that too, by the way, which was so weird that you took it so kindly and so easy.
You know
So
what?
easy.
I didn't. If you look on my Instagram, he puts his ass in my face, but I didn't
Asshole.
know. I didn't know when I was laying down. I didn't even look up.
Yeah, sure you didn't.
I felt pants.
You can tell by the smell.
He left an asshole
I
mark
can't
on
smell.
your face. on
Yeah,
your
I have a
forehead.
shit streak. It's still there. I haven't.
When
showered
he
yet.
landed the ass cheeks on your face, I heard his anus puckered up and pecked you.
Yeah, and then I
Nick was
kissed back.
like, oh, wait, come back.
Wait, what?
Come back.
Oh, you had carrots today, huh? Yeah, but fucking Gilbert, he goes like, hey, bro. He goes, I saw an old video of you training, and he's like, you were so slow. He was like, I was so. It's like, what the fuck? Where do you think I started? I was 270 pounds. You fuckface.
And he posted that video. He fucking owned it. That's what it is. It's like you got to own that you suck, and then just know that it'll get better from there.
And it hasn't because I'm training with Nick the Ear.
This guy sucks
and
even
I
more now.
Fucking suck at this sport. This sport is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Because in my mind, I'm smooth as fuck. And then we record shit, and it's like, why are my hands not up?
Yeah.
Why
That's
is
dude, that's
hand
that's
right
that's,
here.
That's
you fuck.
Yeah.
I'm sure Pat can relate to that. Like when he watched, and Pat is very good. We've talked about
I've
this
seen
before.
it.
He's very good. But if he were to watch a video of himself, he'd be like, man, I look like shit there. I shouldn't have got hit by this. Blah, blah, blah,
That's
blah.
it's just that you're always you're never gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
So that's the thing is like, I mean, the more you train, the more like consistent you are and the less mistakes you make. But yeah, he's right. I'll watch videos of like me sparring, or I'll feel it in sparring sometimes. I'll be like, damn, I'm dropping my hand a lot. Like, and I'll get pissed at myself. And
or the thing that Dave was talking about, like you think you're the fucking, and this applies to everything.
Yeah.
You think you're the dopest shit. You could be playing basketball. You think, oh man, I'm fucking crossing motherfucker. I look like Luka Doncic out here. But then you look back at tape and you're like, oh dude, I look like a fucking
Absolutely
idiot.
embarrassing.
That's usually the worst attitude to have, I think, on almost anything. Like, dude, I'm a fucking beast at this, especially even in the beginning. Like,
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
things like that is like you're gonna get humbled.
Because exactly, that means you don't do a lot of things. Like you don't
Yeah.
understand what it's like to pick up a new skill. Like I can think of all the skills that, or all like the hobbies that I've picked up in my life that I've wanted to pick up. And before I did it, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna fucking smoke this.
Yeah.
This is a long time ago, but now I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna suck. And I'm like, and I'm okay with it. You make peace with it, right? And that's how you have to handle something like fitness or whatever, because a lot of the times it's like I don't say it's romanticized. Like you think it's gonna be this big, oh man, I'm gonna get shredded, I'm gonna get ripped. But these guys that you see that are like ripped and shredded, or these females also, like this took them 5-6 years of training.
Yeah, those steroids. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Little
But
roids.
then
roid.
how many people do you know?
roid.
Exactly. And how many people do you know that take steroids but still look like shit?
Lot.
They still look like shit.
I.e., I've been on steroids for 10 years, and it has done nothing because apparently you have to work out when you're on steroids. I thought you just squeeze it in and then
Exactly.
things happen.
Does it help? Yes. But does it make you look like a Greek god by not doing that much?
And I was like, why are you getting fatter with more pimples and your hair's just going away?
yeah. And your dick can't even get hard. No, but it's just like, people kind of romanticize things and they don't want to kind of do the due diligence. That's why everybody, now it's the New Year's resolution time. Everybody has New Year's resolutions. But by fucking January 8th, It's all done. For a lot of
Adios,
people.
baby.
Exactly. And
You know why? Because I understand. I did a couple of push-ups today, and I'm never going back to the gym. I am fucking sore as shit, and I understand it's very painful. Like even getting to the gym today was hard. I had to take a fucking 20-minute shower. I took a 20-minute hot shower just so I could move my biceps. I was like, please.
This guy's a champ, dude. He's doing the work.
I think there's something to be said too about like how you said it took you a while to lose weight. Like I feel like if people that are trying to do something hard, whether it's learning how to kickbox or lose weight or whatever the fuck it is, like you're gonna stumble in the beginning, you're gonna fail. Like you're probably the first time you try to lose weight, you're not gonna be successful. Probably. I mean, I'm sure it's possible, but like you're gonna probably fuck up and be like, shit. Like I only got 3 weeks into my diet, and like not to beat yourself up too much. Just take it as progress. Like damn, that was 3 weeks. Let's see if I can push it to 3.5 weeks or you know what I mean? Like because I know I felt like that in certain things, and I've been like, "Fuck, I'll just quit this. Like, fuck this." But it's like you can just flip the perspective and be like, "Oh no, I'll just actually that was a step in the right direction."
Yeah, because you're supposed to suck in the beginning. What the fuck?
You're supposed to suck at everything.
Exactly.
You're supposed
And
to
if you're
suck.
good at everything, you're an asshole.
That's why I even say, man, there's like people that I've like verbally shitted on this podcast because they suck at what they do. But I'm not saying that they can improve themselves and put some effort in their life.
Let's just show the clip of David.
Yeah,
Like,
just
you
shitting
should
on everybody.
stop forever. You're a piece of shit. Fuck you.
You will never become anything, and your mother hates you.
Yeah. And
It
these
even
are all
matter.
true things. These are all true statements.
Yep.
Yeah.
That your mother hates you.
Yeah,
You
your
stupid
mother
son of a
hates
bitch.
you.
But like I'm saying, like there's always room for improvement. I could go back and look at my old stand-up sets, which I haven't gotten that much better. But like I look at the past, I'm like,
stand-up is hard as shit.
and I
bro.
look at that old clip, I'm like, damn, bro, you suck. You were so nervous. But you know, I have an opinion about people stand up now, but I'm not saying like they're crappy forever. It's just my opinion of them now.
In this moment, it's not the best thing ever.
Yeah, there's like people who I thought were trash and they've gotten so much better. There are people who thought Bobby Lee was never going to make it. He was actually told that he should stop doing comedy.
And now look at him,
Damn.
dude. He's
Who
killing
told
it.
him that?
David did.
I told him that when I was
David
when I was a
Insert
child.
clip.
He's like, there's only one Korean around, and it's me.
Yeah, I was a
David, so-
5-year-old when he was doing that shit, and I was like, "You should really stop."
Your Connie Chung is
embarrassing us.
terrible.
Yeah, but he was, he was saying it on his podcast. I forgot who told him, but it was at a comic. It was an older comic that told him that he sucked and he wasn't good and he should probably quit.
Yeah, he talks about that a lot, dude. Because
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that just shit on him, and they're like, "You'll never be funny," And I'm
That's
sure,
so
I'm
fucked.
sure, I don't know if I'm sure you've been through things like that too, where like as a comic, like Patrick's funny as fuck, but I'm sure people have told him otherwise, whether they're just like hating or. They just don't like his comedy or whatever the fuck. It's me. I'm the one that's.
Ted calls
this
me every
guy's
night. Hey man,
fucking-
have you stopped yet?
Hey, dude,
quit,
you'll
huh?
never be funny.
You're
All right, I'll
fucking
talk to you later.
terrible, huh?
It's like, hey, bro, you're still pursuing that shitty dream of yours, huh?
Sounds fucking retarded, dude.
I don't-
I mean, R-worded.
You don't use that word.
R-worded.
Remember, we found out that that word
Mongoloid idiot.
Yeah. Mongoloid
This
idiot.
guy, bro, he's polluting my brain. This guy.
Yeah, you
But I
got to
love
say,
it. I
what is
like
the
it.
word that we're looking for? Gooky dumbass.
Retardant.
Gooky dumbass.
That's it.
Patrick, you're a gooky dumbass.
Yep. Stop being a gooky dumbass. And
Your comedy dreams are gooky
Shit.
dumbass. Yeah,
see,
yeah.
I think the only reason why I like to use the word gook a lot because I no longer use the N word, which I used to use a lot when I was younger because it was a lot more acceptable.
Yeah. Mm.
So now I'm trying to own the word gook and make it
Yeah.
as cool as the N word.
Can I hop on that train
Not
with you?
happening.
It's not happening.
It's
not
not
getting
happening.
any traction.
Never
What's up-
mind.
What's up, my gookie? What's up, my gookie? What's good? What's up, my gookie monsters?
Gookie monster.
What's going on? We gonna nibble off some fortune cookies or what, gookies?
Everyone's like, did you just call me a gookie monster?
Yeah, my gookie.
My gookie.
Yeah. And when you really like something, you say it multiple times really fast. Gookie, gookie, gookie.
Wait, that's just Cookie Monster.
You know what?
I like that. I like that.
People are so woke, like they won't say gook, which I kind of like. It's very respectful, but it's so funny. Like when I did the movie Gook, we were walking around with free shirts and only giving it to white people because it said Gook in the front.
That's so funny, bro.
And they wouldn't take the shirt. They're like, no, I can't do this. I'm like, that's so funny. You're so woke. You're so woke, bro.
Well, that was a test, and that was
Damn.
really cool of you to not take this gookie shirt.
Yep. I like
Yeah,
the
dude.
word. The original name of this podcast was supposed to be Gookie Monster.
Gookie
Was it
Monster?
really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But then I thought it kind of eliminated like other like racial demographics. So I was like, I'm gonna take it away. But it was literally a Cookie Monster, I shit you not, with Chinese eyes eating fortune cookies. That was
So who did you pitch that to? And they were like, David, don't do that. It's not a good idea.
a couple of my friends, and they're like, that's a very bad idea. It was literally just a Cookie Monster with Chinese eyes eating fortune cookies with the fortunes on the floor.
Nice.
And this
If
crumbs.
you don't use that, can we use that?
I
for
had a graphic
podcast?
designer do it, and he was cracking up, and he thought it was hilarious.
I bet when you told Joe, he was like, "Yeah, that's dope."
Well, Joe wasn't originally a part of this podcast, and then I was like, "Well, let's just have somebody else on here as a consistent," and I brought Joe on.
That's
so
hilarious.
originally it was just GeniusBrain, was just David So, and I was like, let's bring somebody else into the mix, man.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen. And
Joe
then-
Jitsukawa.
and Joe Jitsukawa came along, man.
Shout out to that dude for just living his life right now. That dude is traveling.
Joe
like an animal.
right now is he just booked a one-way ticket to Europe, and he was like, fuck it, let's see what happens.
I
Wow,
don't give a
that's like
shit,
Diego.
whatever.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Joe kind of is like Diego, dude. He kind of is
I
like
feel-
that. He's like a
yeah.
real free spirit.
Did he go by himself or did he,
He went by
with this girl?
himself.
Damn.
And he met with the homie.
No, he
out there.
broke up with his girl.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah, they're done zone now.
They're no longer
Wow.
together.
They were,
Dude,
like,
where the fuck
married,
have
I
you been,
thought,
this
right?
guy?
They
I haven't seen
basically,
him in a
I
long
mean,
time.
they were together for 5 years,
It's a long time.
for a long fucking time.
Dude, this guy's out of the loop, bro.
Yeah, but they
You
broke
gotta
up.
get you some more gooky friends, dude.
Dude, last time I saw him, they were married, bro.
They were married, bro.
No, they broke up. There was like a whole. It's so funny when like YouTube people fucking break up. It's like the biggest deal ever, and it's funny because it's like everybody breaks up.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the most normal fucking average thing that everybody goes through.
Yep.
But for some reason, when they see a couple online that breaks up, their dreams shatter.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah. What?
Because that's who they look up to, right? Like, I think people watch.
Like
you
anybody who
guys.
looks up to Joe Jitsukawa is a fucking psychopath. Anybody who looks up to me is a psychopath too.
Joe murders people.
But
So
like
does David.
any fucking relationship, when people are like super into a relationship, like the royal wedding or whatever, I don't know,
Yeah,
some
yeah.
bullshit's going on with those fucking idiots. Like who
And it's like, why are they even
shit, bro?
famous, dude?
Who cares?
What's the appeal?
Who cares?
Because people love them, the royal family or whatever.
I don't know, man. It's some dude. Funniest
Creeps.
Speaking of the royal family, dude.
Live your life,
Creepy
huh?
creeps,
Live your
creeps.
life.
Went through a random rabbit hole of SNL sketches, and there's this one shit that they do where I think it's Bill Hader and Fred Armisen, where they're like the royal family. It's the grandma and grandpa.
Oh,
it's
dude.
the funniest fucking shit ever. dude.
They're so good together. They're probably
Yeah.
the best one of the best guys.
and it's literally them. You know, they're like the sweet grandparents of the royal family, and then I think the girl who was in the Princess Diaries, what's her name?
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway. Beautiful woman.
Fucking
Look,
idiot.
I don't
This
like
guy
white
doesn't
girls.
even know.
That girl's pretty as shit. She looks very elegant, pretty. Maybe not porn star pretty, but elegant. Very beautiful.
Which one do you prefer?
Elegant. I like
Nice.
the elegant ones that looks like they just don't even know what a dick
They
is.
don't even poop. They don't even poop.
Yeah, they don't know what a poop is.
What's a dick?
What's a dick?
What's a dick?
fucking dick?
Spotted dick.
What's a spotted dick?
spotted a dick.
Yeah.
I spotted a
Spotted a dick out there.
Yeah.
Don't go outside. There's dicks everywhere.
Stay indoors.
It's windy and there's dicks.
You smell it?
And they're flopping all over the place.
Yeah. But literally
tight.
the sketch
Yeah.
is them coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The sketch is them coming in, and then Anne Hathaway is like, it's great meeting you, blah, 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 blah. And then Prince Henry goes away, and all of a sudden, their real personality comes out. They're like, you just want to come here and fuck me, my grandson, and just take all the money. Now, dare you? Yeah, piss off.
They're in Snatch. So this is a Snatch.
And of course, Fred Armisen is like the motherfucker that's the woman. He's the fucking grandma.
Yeah.
He always plays a woman.
Hilarious.
He's great.
I love it. I want to be born into wealth, and I want to be rich, but I don't want to work for it. Royal family, baby.
And that's why people like the royal family. They want to be them. That's what it is.
Why? They seem so creepy to me. They
Yeah.
seem like when I ever see a picture or a magazine at the Rite Aid, like they look like creeps.
Like, imagine if one of us had to be in the royal family.
Oh,
Like, imagine if David
they would not
was
let this ching chong in at all.
personality
whatsoever.
wise. Imagine if his personality was like in the royal family.
I would meet them. Hello, mother. Hello, father.
You fucking bitch.
Yeah,
He'd
and
say
they would
things
close
like
the
that.
door. I was like, listen, I'm about to take all y'all money, and you can't stop me. Your daughter loves me, motherfucker. Like straight up, she loves this gookie dick, dude. You don't know the weird shit that she does. I literally take fortune cookie wrappers, I put it on her eyes, and I fuck her from the back. And we call that the position the virtue position, because she's just getting a bunch of wisdom right in her eyes and right through the ass, baby. And I'm fucking your daughter. You never thought that China would invade the UK,
And they're
and I'm
into it.
Korean.
But they don't know that. They're like, okay.
They're like, okay. Yeah.
They're like,
I don't-
whatever.
It's too much pressure to be a part of a royal family. Can't do it.
If I was fucking a royal person, I would at least have to at one point say I'm fucking you in the royal ass for sure once. Like, I'd have to say it. You'd have to say that.
Yeah.
It's like, sweetie, I'm gonna say this in sex. I know I'm not actually doing it, but I'm fucking you in the royal ass.
And then she
How you like this
finishes.
peasant dick in that royal ass?
That's peasant dick.
She's like, keep fucking me, Hop Sing. Like, hold on a second. Don't do that.
Wait, don't call me that.
Don't call me that. Okay, Ching Chong.
Whoa.
I love it. I love the slivered almond. I love it. Talk about my dick a slivered almond. It's fucked up. I hate you, you bitch.
I hate you, bitch.
I don't even know her.
Like,
I'm
so
not
when
even
do
with
you
her.
guys use chopsticks in here?
You know what I used to love is when I would. Whenever because I don't have a lot of white friends, right? But every time in LA, a lot of people here have white friends that I know. Usually because Sacramento is all black, Mexican, and Asian, so that's all I grew up with. But every time we would go to an Asian restaurant and there happens to be like a white friend they would bring, this motherfucker would always try to use the chopsticks to say, it's like, just use the fork, bro.
Just great.
But he wants to be as respectful as fuck. He goes, yeah, man, I fucking love wontons. And he's just over here throwing up gang signs trying to hold his chopstick.
You can't even eat.
And I'm trying not to laugh my hardest. And then, I'll even be like, hey man, just use the fork. I'm using a fork. He's like, no, I love using chopsticks. What do you mean? Like,
He's like, I use them all the time.
It's my favorite,
I eat
dude.
T-bone steaks with these.
Yeah, have you ever tried eating cereal with chopsticks? It's great.
It's great.
He's like sweating into his fucking noodles and shit. Like, it's great. I love it. Try it all the time and learn. It's like, no, you don't love it, dude. I don't use chopsticks that much, bro.
Yeah.
The fuck are you talking about? I use a fork and a spoon because it's way easier.
Yeah.
That's the move.
Like, don't do that shit, man. Don't you ever walk into my house and take off your shoes without walking in with shoes first. I want you to be real.
Unless you've been to my house before.
Yeah. Go sit on my bed and put your dirty ass shoes on there and have your 17 pillows on your bed, which I know that you do, and yell at your mom like it's okay.
That's your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking weird, right?
He's like, fuck you, Janine!
Yeah. The first time I hung out with like this kid that I went to high school with, and then this white dude, he's like Italian, and like the way he would talk to his mom, I was looking
crazy,
around.
huh?
I was like, yo, what the
Disrespect.
fuck? He's like, you're being such a bitch, mom. What the fuck?
Whoa.
Dad, you're a dick. Fuck you. And I was like,
That's tight.
and this dude wasn't that cool at all.
Wow.
He wasn't that cool.
Sounds
But he,
pretty cool.
He invited me over, and I was like, okay. Like, yeah, I didn't really have that many friends, obviously.
I hear that shit in the old place that I used to live in South Pasadena. Of
course.
There is, of course, why? Because I'm fancy, baby. You know what I'm saying? Lived in a condo with 5 other guys.
Hell yeah.
Can't afford it by myself.
Come on, baby.
Yeah, this podcast don't make that much. Come on now. Come on.
More listeners now.
Yeah. They had, so it was this guy. He's an archaeologist. Had a chat with him.
Of course, dude. Of course. Okay. Of course, he's an archaeologist.
He's an archaeologist.
Are there any non-white archaeologists out there? Comment below.
Yes, they are. They are just dead people that are buried under the ground, and they are Asian descent. So the dude has 2 kids, and the walls are kind of thin, so you could hear how the kids talk back to the parents, and it's the fucking wildest thing because they're like 6 or 7 years old, maybe 8 years old now. And I've never, in my life as an 8-year-old, I would have never said the shit that they say to their parents. And it's fucking crazy. It would be like some shit like, sweetie, I need you to put on your jacket. It's cold outside. You're not the boss of me. I can wear whatever I want. No, we are the boss of you. We are your parents. No, get out of my realm. And I'm like, dude, just fucking beat your kids, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Just
I wanted,
smack 'em real
I wanted
quick.
to come up to him and be like, dude, if you just, dot, 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 I ain't gonna say anything.
It's a couple.
Yeah,
Just a couple.
Just a couple. Just sa 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 sa.
A prison shit.
Like
You should have said it through the wall. Beat his ass. Beat his ass. Your voice. Beat his ass.
with a cup and a hole through it, just to make sure they could hear it.
You're like, those
Beat his
kids had it
ass.
coming. Those kids had it
Beat
coming.
his fucking ass. Yeah, honestly, in that situation, it's like,
It's like,
if
why
you
wouldn't
start
you?
swinging, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna turn around and act like I don't know what the
Everybody would
fuck's
start clapping, probably.
I knocked on the door. I walked up to him. I gave him a 5 like this, slided like this, right, real quick, right? But it was a toothbrush that was made into a knife. As in, my man's, handle your business.
just the thighs. Just the thighs.
Handle it.
Real quick. Come up to the kid like you passing her a donut. Be like, hey, you hungry for breakfast, little young blood? And then side of the donut, happy smiles. Then real quick. It's like Colgate.
Colgate.
Spearmint.
Circular motion.
Like I wouldn't know what to do. If my kid's screaming at the top of their lungs at me, I think I would teep them in the face.
It would be really hard not to.
Just a quick one, dude.
It's just a quick, just to like to set respect back. Like we need to go back to baseline.
Yeah.
Because you're getting crazy.
That saved my life as a kid.
Bomb you.
Like I wanted to tell him, like, dude, if you socked up your kid, I would tell the cops that you're the nicest person I ever met, and that's impossible.
I didn't see nothing like that.
I would back you up. My fucking roommate was so funny because he would hear those kids scream at their parents at the top of their lungs at like 5 a.m. in the morning. So they on Christmas Day, they had like a note on the mailbox to give to Santa. And he opened it up, read it, and it's like, Santa, we've been really good, and we want this motherfucker tore it up and he threw it in the garbage can.
He's like, fuck those kids.
He threw it in the fucking garbage can. I was dying laughing.
This is why we have asshole kids, just roaming the streets and they turn into asshole adults.
I think all kids need to get beat up at least once in their life.
Dude,
not by their parents, but like in the street or some shit.
You need to get hit by somebody
to understand
at least
that,
a couple times.
There's repercussions when you're being a fucking asshole.
For reals.
That's why I only pick on people smaller than me.
Yeah, it's all day.
That's it, dude.
All day. Jason Chen, where you at? Jason Chen.
You have any idea how many times I fucked people up, but I made sure they didn't see my face and they were 10 years younger. Shit was tight.
Shit was dope.
Nah, dude, it's true. Like you need to get smacked at least a couple times.
When you get your ass beat, it humbles you. It brings you back down.
There's a lot of people I know that they've never been punched in the face before.
See, that's
Facts.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And are they assholes?
Yes. You can tell by the way that they talk to you when they come up to you. And especially when you check them and you're like, well, let's fucking throw down. They're like, bro, I'm just joking.
Sorry, dude.
It's like, you've never been punched. You, for a fact, have never been socked in the face.
Right.
Because I always, and even like Mariel, when I tell her,
Yeah.
Here
we go. Here it is.
I realized that segue was really bad.
Yeah,
Because
here it is. Come on.
So you punched
But I
Mariel
come
in
up
the
to
face.
Mariel, right? And I'm like, listen, I ain't trying to put that toilet seat down. And she goes, guess what? Women's rule the world. And I slaps her in her face real quick, right? I just give her that 4-knuckle treatment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What? Bow. I said palabra. Ba.
Palabra.
Slap her friend. Dude, I said Espíritu Santo. Ba. Espíritu Santo. I'm like, Espíritu Santo. Espíritu Santo. And then she looks at me. She's like, I'm just joking, bro. And I'm like, welcome to the hood, homie.
Yeah.
No, but real talk, though.
And then you went.
Yeah, and I'm like, she was like, I take a hairpin that she has, right? I take it off and I take my knife sharpener and I go,
And it's just small enough where it won't be like too vital. Yep.
Beat her with the ice pick so that evidence melts away. No, but she'll see me like get angry at situations at people who act like assholes. And then she's like, why do you do that? It's like, because I want this person to know that they can't get away with this. And because I think people,
Tiff does. She gets mad at me about that stuff too.
Yeah, because they always want to. I'm not saying I'm like confrontational or anything, but you have to realize how rude and disrespectful you have to be to me for me to actually get angry.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is sometimes in certain situations, I'm not saying like blow up over any little
don't do that.
thing,
It's dumb.
But like there's
that's
certain times where people are being assholes where like you can tell that no one said anything to them. And they're gonna continue to be this way. So you have to fucking tell them.
Have you had a story like that? Like by parking anywhere or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten in like little arguments with people and shit like that. But
like just like dive a little deeper in it.
You want me to tell this story?
Yeah,
about
tell
the
the story.
parking lot?
This is one of my favorite.
But this isn't that crazy. It's just that like I was going to a coffee shop.
Can I say this guy was being a dick and he thought he was he thought he can get away with it, but being a dick for no reason.
So I parked my car. I was going to a coffee shop. I parked my car. And as I'm walking to the coffee shop, I hear a voice behind me be like, hey, like, and I just go, hey. So I turn around, I'm like, what the fuck? And some guy is standing on his porch, and he has like these two, like Latino dudes, like working on, like painting his house or whatever. And he's like, hey, like, you can't park here. And I was like, oh, okay, like, okay. So I start walking back to my car. I was going to move my car. And as I'm about to open the door, he's like, how about the next time you park somewhere, I suggest you read the signs. And I was like,
Guess what race he was?
Blanco El Guido.
Blanco El Guido in his late 40s, early 50s. So he goes, how about I suggest you read the signs. And I was like, how about you go fuck yourself? And he was like,
He started freaking out.
Yeah, he started tripping. And I just started cussing him out. I was like, you're a fucking old bitch. Like, fuck you, motherfucker. Like, I just started like going off.
And he
like,
never does that
the
shit.
Latino dudes were like looking. They looked at me. They're like, ah! And they like just kept working, but they were smiling like,
yeah, fucking tell him, dude. I've been trying to tell him for weeks. This guy fucking sucks.
And he was like, what did he say? He was like, well, I have to tell people all the time. I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I was moving my car, you piece of shit. Like, you don't have to be a fucking asshole. Like, I was leaving.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
You got what you wanted, right?
He's like, well, like, you know. And then I told him, I was like, you know what, man? I just was getting in my car. I was like, man, I wanted to beat his fucking ass, but I was like, this guy definitely looks like he's gonna press charges. I can't hit him, and I'm literally walking onto his property. This is vagrant. That's not even a word. This is just pure assault.
It's pure assault.
So I'm getting in my car. I'm like, you know what, man? Go fuck yourself. And he was like, you know what? You too.
That's tight, dude.
And I looked at him. I was like, good comeback, dumbass. And he was like, you know what? And he walked back in his house.
This will turn into a fucking used car lot fucking balloon and shit.
It did.
He closed the door and he's
in his 50s.
How much you want to bet he went into his house and he was like, oh god, idiot, I shouldn't have done that.
Oh, for sure.
He's like, why did I do
that? Guy was a fucking asshole.
Good comeback, dumbass. And his response is like, you know what? Like, you're in your 50s doing that.
It's like, relax, guy.
In an argument.
I was when I went back to fucking Sacramento, I had this whole situation where so basically Southwest, they fucked up my flight and
this story.
They booked me for this flight, took my money. I had no flight. I had no seat on the plane. So, by the way, I was already sick. I kind of had a fever shit. This is like right when I was about to have the flu. And all I said was this, like I wasn't yelling. I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And this lady who I wasn't even talking to wasn't the agent. And she goes, sir, you need to watch your language. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? What's with this aggression? Right? Yeah. I was like, yo, like I'm not cursing at anybody.
I'm myself.
I said, I'm allowed to be upset. Like you guys just stole $250 from me. Like I'm allowed to be upset.
Yeah.
And this other guy comes up, he goes, we got a problem here. He goes, listen here, son, I'll make sure that you will not go back home to see your family for the holidays.
What the fuck,
bro?
And
I have a fever right now.
Yeah.
And I'm getting pissed. But then in my mind, I'm like, you could say that because if I say some shit back to you, you'll call security, they'll take me out and I'll miss my flight and I won't be able to go back home for Christmas.
And not get reimbursed.
Exactly. And that's the smallest amount of power that he had to be an asshole. And he knew that shit. So he goes, do you understand me? I literally was just gripping the fucking the table at the thing.
I'm getting mad right now.
And I just like stared at him and he goes, you understand me? I just wouldn't respond. I just kept looking at him and he goes, we got it? Wouldn't say anything. And I just kept staring at him until he walked away.
Oh, dude,
and I just sat there. And the only
me.
thing I was thinking is like, I can't swing at the dude. I can't tell him to fuck off because I won't be able to go home.
Yeah.
And so I just sat there and I was like, I'm going to do what white people do. Complain. Went on Twitter, messaged Southwest, and then I gave the guy his name, who he was, and the whole situation, and then he got reprimanded, and then I got $100.
Nice.
So I just sat there and I was like, what the fuck was his deal?
Yeah.
First of all, I wasn't even talking to you. I didn't scream. I was just like, what the fuck?
He's trying to be a white knight, bro. This dude's trying to come over and save this girl who got
And you know what pissed me off even more? Motherfucker was like a 6'2" black dude. I was like, bro, you know what's up, man? Like, come on, man. Like, you can't be doing this to me.
Yeah.
Like, come on. We colorful from the state together, man. Yeah. You let these whiteys talk down. You know? I was like trying to get him on some race shit. I was like, come on, bro.
He's like, why are you talking to me like that?
Yeah, it's like, bro, I'm the whitest dude.
He's like, come on, brother, what's good?
And I was like, I went to fucking the Bahamas last week. I'm just a really bald white guy. No, but this guy was just in my face about that shit, and I just refused to apologize. And I just kept staring at him. And after he just left, I just stood there pissed because I didn't know what to say. I was like, I can't say anything. I'm stuck here. I just have to take that shit, and the only thing I could do is report him. And that's it.
It's customer service, dude. You know what I mean?
And I wasn't even mad at them. I was just like, what the fuck?
Like that lady couldn't understand why you were mad and upset.
Yeah,
like, you know,
you took my money.
Yeah, right.
Like I'm allowed to be upset. I'm not mad at you.
And she's like, oh, I can't find your seat.
And afterwards too, I looked at the guy. I was like, you do know that I wasn't upset. He goes, it's okay, sir. It's all right. I was like, well, of course it's okay. I wasn't cursing at you. Like I wasn't mad at you. I was like, I'm gonna let you know. I ain't gonna report you, but that dude, he's gonna get reported.
Yeah.
And so like,
fuck that guy. And you're right. I think it's the power trip thing. He's
Yeah.
like just sees an avenue for him to just be a dick, and he's like, I just feel like fucking with this guy, and that's it.
a big ass dude too. I was like, bro, I have no problem socking you in the face. Like you look like you could take it. So let's
See,
go.
like that's a situation where it's like we're two adults consenting. Let's just fist fight for a little bit.
Yeah.
No cops.
Let's see what fucking
Like
happens.
the guys in Hawaii, bro.
Yeah, dog. Yo,
What?
everybody out there on the podcast world, do yourself a favor and look up 808 scraps. 808 is Hawaii or Oahu's area code. Why the fuck does everybody in Hawaii know how to fight like a MMA fighter?
They all do,
Bro,
They can all
they
get it.
scrap and like technical too. They're not even like being
It's
all
like the
wild.
best UFC fight you'll ever see
Yeah.
on the street.
Yeah.
Everybody.
It's Kelvin Gastelum versus Stopbender all the time.
Like even the ones you could tell like they don't really train, they just know how to throw.
yeah.
They just know how to throw really fucking well.
It's in their blood. It's in their
They
DNA.
all fight. Like they're all fighter motherfuckers. Like
Yeah.
it's easy to get
First time I ever went to Hawaii, at a bar. These two dudes, I don't even know what they're fighting about. All I heard was this: "You want beef, bruh? You want beef, bruh?" I was like, "Shit, they cooking something tight." But they're like,
They got short ribs,
they
baby.
about to make some hamburgers. It was like, "You want beef, bro? Let's go. Let's take it outside, bro." They go outside. I'm like, of course, me being the nosy man, I said, "What?"
Yeah, of course.
I went outside just to see what was happening. Dog, they were throwing blows, full clip at each other, and this fool cracks the guy. I don't know what it was with the cross or hook, whatever, because it was just so exciting.
Yeah,
cracks the dude. He falls over, starts pummeling the guy, and everybody's like, "He's good, he's good, he's done." He gets up, "You good? You good? You good talking shit?" Comes up, picks him up, gives him daps. They go inside. He buys him a beer.
That's dope.
I'm like, what?
That's what it's about.
Yeah, because they squash it. It's like, we squash. It's squashed. It's good.
Yeah.
And they squashed it, move on, bought him a beer, and it was whatever. I'm not sure if that's typical of Hawaii, but I know that a bunch of mokes, which is like, I guess their version of like Hawaiian hillbillies or some shit.
Yeah.
But if mokes, like they throw down, and after they squash them, they move on.
That's the coolest shit ever.
Yeah.
That's what needs to happen.
Because it really shows, like, if you're going to talk that shit, you better be able to back it up.
Exactly.
And
Like,
if you're
you better
not
be
going to
ready
back
for
it
that.
up, shut the fuck up and move on.
Exactly.
You better be ready
Yeah.
for that type of
That's like
energy.
the mutual combat law that they had. I don't know if they still
Seattle,
do that.
I think they still have it.
They still have it.
Yeah.
That's what's up, dude. Like, cop shows up. If there's really a problem, the cop turns into a fucking UFC referee.
Yep.
And like, it's
Waves
like,
it
do
off.
you want to fight? Yeah. Do you want to fight? Yeah. And then you guys scrap for a little, like a couple minutes.
I want
Yeah.
a clean
Get
fight.
it out of your system, and then everyone goes home. Or if the guy doesn't want to fight, he goes nah, and it's like fuck it, whatever.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that dude's a bitch for sure. Like,
exactly.
But like whatever, like but like there needs to be some accountability for you being a fucking asshole if you're gonna be an asshole, or if you're ready to talk. Like, I don't talk shit to people unless I'm willing to go there, because I understand that calling somebody a bitch, like this dude might hit me in the face. I don't know who the fuck I'm calling
Yeah.
a bitch. So it's like I don't do that often because I'm not trying to fight with people. But if you do hear me calling somebody a bitch, know that I am willing to go there because I've stepped into this zone.
Yeah.
A lot of people step into that zone and are like,
no,
wait, why did you hit me, man? Like,
Yeah.
well, because you just called me a fucking bitch and
now
in my
we have to
face,
go.
and now I'm slapping you because you've crossed that line. So now this is how I react to this line being crossed.
And, I think like the hardest part for me when I was younger too, because I was just a fucking fat Asian kid.
Yeah.
And people would just talk shit.
They'd test you.
And then it's like I would sock them in the face because it's just because like I grew up getting bullied. So it was like, my thing was this: if you were gonna bully me, I was gonna make it the hardest person to bully ever. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just gonna keep swinging at you, and you might beat me up, or you might jump me with a bunch of people. But every time you do it, I'm gonna make it fucking
And
difficult.
it's
So
not
you got to
gonna be
go
easy.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
So like it was so weird where I don't think people understand, like, when you grow up in a bad area, either you throw down or you just get punked for the rest of your life.
Yep.
And there's certain people that you don't talk back to because they'll kill you, but just general people who try to bully you. Some
Also
people,
true.
Some
Also
people, they got them things on them,
Yeah.
and they come up and they're like, "Listen here, you fat bitch," and I'm like,
go
"What's
like
up?"
this.
Yep, that me. That me.
Yeah, I'm a fat bitch.
You want my
Ah.
money? But a lot of the times, like, it was like, I think I used to get bullied a lot. So it's just like, fuck it. Like, let's just throw down.
Yeah.
Let's just see what happens. Funny fucking story, by the way. It's so weird how I don't recollect certain things until, people bring it up from the past. So my cousin was telling me this story when we were talking. And he goes, "Yo, you remember back in the day when we used to live in the duplexes? So we used to live in this duplex area called Tem Woods, and it was like super hood back in the day. There was like a bunch of Samoan Bloods that lived on one street. It was just a really bad area. But there was a point where a bunch of kids in the neighborhood were just fucking throwing down. It's just like this all-out brawl. And remember this one lady in the corner just eating pink Starburst, just watching it go down, right? But we were telling the story, and I was like, yeah, remember that part where that kid brought out a knife, and then everybody scattered because he was going to stab people. He goes, bro, that kid was you. I remembered it being somebody else.
Wow.
He was like, you were the one that went into the house, and then you brought out a knife, and you were going to stab motherfuckers, and you scared everybody off.
Yeah.
I was like, nah.
That sounds like
He
sounds
goes-
like you.
He goes, I was like, nah, that wasn't me. He goes, no, that was you. But I was telling the story as if I was witnessing the crazy kid that brought out the knife.
Dude, you fight clubbed yourself.
Yeah, dude.
You're like Tyler
Durden, dude.
yourself,
I don't remember that though.
You shot yourself in the mouth.
But he goes like, no, 100% that was you. He goes, I remember that shit because you were the one that scared everybody away. Because you're like, fuck that shit. You were just going to stab people. I was like 8 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're
Tyler
crazy
Durden,
as shit, dude.
No, but I used to get bullied around.
Yeah. Yeah, I did too.
So my solution was
So it goes back full circle, dude.
What did you say?
Espíritu Santo, Espíritu Santo de Cristo, de las
Fruta de Jesús.
de Jesús.
Fruta de Jesús.
Yeah, let me tell you something right now. My Spanish is
fruit.
just as good as his.
Yeah. That's the thing. I went to a Mexican a funeral, and then they did the rosary thing. I don't know. It's like a Catholic thing, I guess.
The rosary, yeah.
And like they would say like a chant over and over. I don't know what it's called.
The Hail Marys and the Our Fathers.
Yeah, and like you kept having to stand up, and I was the only yellow person there, and I was just like, and people would stand up, and then I was like, oh shit, I have to stand up, and then come back down.
Up, down, up, down.
And they kept saying Fruta de Jesus. I don't know. That's the only part I remember.
Fruit of Jesus?
Yeah.
Jesus fruit? The fruit of Jesus?
Fruit of Jesus.
I never heard that, but yeah.
Yeah, you.
I think you are making things up, and I think you fell asleep during
Get
it.
Tiff, get Tiff here now, bro.
Fruta
She will
de
tell
Jesus.
you. And she knows. She was.
Jesus is a fruit.
But like talking about like really good fight stories. Patrick has a story about how.
He's calling this fool out.
Just throwing all my stories on it.
It's like, hey man, just cut this shit out, dude.
Yeah. Enough about my Spanish, but like Patrick has a really good story about how this guy came to his house or something like that. No, this guy tried to run up on Pat.
This is a long story.
He head kicked him or something, and he looked at him. He said, "If you ever come back to my house again," because this guy was like lurking around his house. He said, "If you ever come back to my house again, I'm gonna break something on your fucking body." Right? This guy comes back to his house. Patrick punched him in the nose and broke his fucking nose.
Yikes!
This is the guy.
Let me
And
tell
he
you
had a
something.
street fight with like 5 different people.
If you kick
This guy
somebody in
has
the
gotten
head-
so many fucking fights. It's
Nah,
insane.
I haven't been in that many.
But like not provoked by him. People try to pick on him. That's
I
why.
haven't. Honestly, I haven't. I've only been in like 6 fights. That's not really a lot of fights. I mean, but
In the streets?
my thing is
That's a
like
lot.
that. Like I look like weak. I don't look like a fighter. I look like somebody you could pick on.
Also, you're very nice.
Very nice guy. Yeah,
And people take advantage of that shit.
And so
They wanna test,
and
you know?
but that's what makes me mad is because I know what I look like, and I know that if I looked differently, like they wouldn't be doing that.
The same thing for me too.
And
That's why I hate that.
That pisses me
Yeah,
off
me
so
too.
much because it's like, dude, I know if I look different or if I was like a buff dude, like you wouldn't be saying that shit.
Yeah.
So that shit drive that like little bully shit like fucking drives me crazy.
It's like condescending type of shit too.
Yeah.
You know?
well, it's just like it's like you're just a fucking asshole because like I don't treat people that I think I could pick on like shit because
Yeah.
I'm not an asshole and I want to treat people nice, everybody nicely.
You know what's so
Exactly.
cool about your story? Your story is that I don't like the way these people perceive me, so I'm gonna fuck them up. My story is you're gonna bully me, but I'm just gonna make it really difficult. Like I didn't win the exchanges. I'm just like, it's gonna be a rough night for you guys.
But that's good. That's good. I mean, whatever you can fucking do, man. Like
Yeah.
fuck those people.
I just scratch eyes, dude.
Yep.
Whatever. Anything.
It was kind of cool though, because it was like I was always that dude in the group where they're just like, oh, David's gonna get mad, you know? Because I think it was, and I would always get mad more over other people's situations than my own. So it would be like, oh, homie, like something's happening. I'm
Yeah.
like, I gotta leave my friend alone, and I started getting fucking angry, and I just
Because
start.
you could take the bullshit. You know I could be like, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know.
I got beat up a lot too at the same time, but I just wasn't scared to get beat up.
Yeah.
I wish
That's
I had
the
the
difference.
knowledge I had now 10 years ago, because I would just be
You'd have been
lighting
knocking everybody out.
people up like a motherfucker.
But then you wouldn't have that many stories of you getting picked on. You'd only have one.
Yeah, it'd just be me picking other people. Yeah, I know what it feels like, so I'm ready to give it to you.
Yeah. You gotta let them know.
I once bullied a kid once and didn't like it because I wanted to be on the other side of it. And there was this kid who
What
had
did you do? What did you do to bully?
Well, there was this kid, really geeky kid. He actually transferred schools. I made amends with him because I actually apologized to him after because I was so sick of getting bullied, and I was getting to. I was like, okay, well,
He's the scapegoat.
I was like, what's it feel like on the other side? So
Little
people
12-year-old David.
put this kick me sign on this kid, and people actually kicked the shit out of this kid.
Oh,
wow.
Like they literally started stomping this kid, and I thought, get my couple licks too. You know what I'm saying? I said, that. And I looked back and I was like, this feels terrible.
Yeah.
I felt so bad. And so afterwards, like, I remember he was like sitting on this fence at recess, just sitting there, just in a corner. And I just went up to him, I sat down. And I had like a sandwich, like, you want some of my sandwich? And I gave it to him. I was like, it's all cool, man. They're assholes. And I said, they're assholes, but he couldn't tell that I was one of them. I
like,
kicked him upside the head.
Didn't you
So
stop
this
on me?
is how you made amends with them? Is that how you made amends?
Oh, yeah, I didn't apologize to him. I just told him they're assholes.
Yeah.
But
he had your footprint on his fucking head, and he was
But
like, "Wait,
here's the crazy shit. So after
those are
that,
Vans.
Vans?
Vans?
it's crazy because that was the moment where I fucking knew I couldn't be the other bully on the other side.
Yeah.
And I hated it so much. So I got into a lot of trouble because I kept backing up that kid after that. Because they would try to punk him and I would step in and I was this geeky little fat kid and I just start swinging on people. And so people didn't understand. This is a story that everybody knows on this podcast where when I was in 3rd grade, I stabbed the kid in the fucking face with a pencil.
I know that story.
Literally took a pencil and I shoved it right through his mouth into in the inside.
Oh, really?
It went all the way through. So he had to get stitches inside and there. So
damn.
And it was just that situation of getting punked and bullied over so many times. I had to go extreme, which I just I don't remember. Like I remember that situation like it was yesterday because it's just like burned in my memory. But basically, what happened was people were throwing spitballs in class, and while the teacher was doing math problems and shit, he got hit upside his head. He thought it was me because I was cracking up laughing. I was dying laughing. I thought it was hilarious. Yeah. And so he comes up and he pushes me out of my chair, and I just go red. And I was writing shit, so I already had the shit in my hand. And the kid move to do is hammer fist, baby.
Yeah.
So I just started hammer fisting this fool, and then I got him right in the face, right through the mouth. And then I didn't know that happened until he stopped and he started screaming and then blood was coming out on his face.
And then the principal asked you what happened. You're like, yeah, some kid Tyler stabbed him in the face.
What I said was, he was like, what happened? I was like, I pinched him. That was my response. I said, I pinched him. And then lo and behold, what happens, his older brother comes and he beats me up the next day. And then the principal comes in and then he suspends the older brother for doing that shit. But I got into 2 more fights after that and I had to get removed from the school. So I didn't get suspended. Because people would bully me. But like I said, I was going to make it really hard for you to fucking bully me. And crazy always beats everything else. Wasn't a great fighter, but I would always swing.
You're
no
the Tony
what.
Ferguson of your fucking...
It's funny because like now when I look back at it and I talk about like these fights as a kid and junior high and high school, it's like, I was a terrible fighter. I think we all just sucked at fighting. We just threw.
Yeah, you just had to.
Yeah, you didn't know nothing.
Hawaiian style, fool.
Yeah, and it's crazy like what a little bit of fight knowledge would have done for me.
Oh.
If I just had it back then.
Oh yeah, especially the ground. Like if you knew any jujitsu at all.
Yeah. Or like grappling, it would have just been over. But I didn't know that shit. We would just start swinging and whoever got the hit first was the winner.
Right.
But that's almost cooler because that means like you were willing to go out on your shield and to give a fuck. What's like if you go out willing to fucking fight people and you know that I know more than you do.
Like the last time I had a situation in high school where somebody was pissing me off. There's a girl named Sarah. She was a Mormon chick. Been friends with her since elementary school. I remember her because when I first transferred over from a different elementary school because I stabbed that kid, she was one of my first friends. Very sweet girl, right? Nice. Loved her to death. We became friends in junior high. Then in high school, we were friends too. She needed a locker buddy. She decided to become a locker buddy with me. We were standing in line. It was taking like 2 hours to get this locker. We're waiting up there, and there's one cholo Mexican dude, slick back hair, like maybe like a couple inches taller than me, but really kind of skinny and gaunt. He comes up, I shit you not, grabs my paper, tosses it aside, and this is the permission slip to get a locker. Tosses it aside, steps in front of me, he goes, and he puts his paper in. And I'm like, the fuck? I literally grabbed his shit. I was like, this your paper? And it was his friend standing next to him. I was like, that's your locker partner? I fucking snatched the shit and I tore that shit up. I was like, you got to get your shit tomorrow. And then people knew me as a really goofy class clown.
Yeah.
But then like, cause I never got into fight in school. Right, because my parents would know, and I'll get my ass beat. My dad would beat the living shit out of me.
Yeah.
So I remember this shit too. I remember what I was wearing too. I was wearing some baby blue Jordan shorts, a long white tee, and a baby blue shaka fucking cap, leather cap, homie.
Leather.
Yep,
Dang,
with my dick out.
Come on,
dick
and
out.
some white Air Force Ones, homie.
Wow.
And it's funny because I was such a nice, goofy dude in
like
school,
Ludacris.
and I was had these thick glasses and shit, whatnot. I just looked like a normal fucking kid in foreign high school. And that dude came up to me, he stepped up to me, and the only thing I kept saying, and I was about to swing on this kid, and I just feel this gentle little hand just grabbed me, and it was fucking the Mormon girl, Sarah. She goes, David, please don't. And I'm like, fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, and I literally just told him, and I walked up to his face, I said, touch me and see what happens. That's all I just kept saying. I was like, touch me and see what happens. And then, of course, in high school, the perfect circle forms.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, David's going to do some crazy shit. Because I'm the dude in choir. They know me as like the Asian dude that sings R&B music. And like, yo, David's going to sock this fool. And I was like, touch me and see what happens. Because I wanted to murder this guy. Because the amount of disrespect.
Yeah.
Because I felt that way. It's like you saw this chubby Asian kid with glasses and you were going to tear up my shit and just push me aside.
And then get away with it.
Right.
And just get away with it.
Yeah.
I was like, lo and behold, I've been bullied my whole life, dude. I'm going to fucking murder you. And so,
You're the default. You're the perfect subject.
yeah, I was just like the bully guy. And the dude he was like, fuck this shit. And he just walked away. Because I was literally going to murder that dude. I was so fucking mad.
Yeah.
But like that was that feeling that I had growing up all the time as a kid. Like people think that I am just this fucking pushover. They're gonna rob me. They're gonna take my shit. Which
Right.
happened when I was a kid too. People like fucking took my money, you know, because I was that fat little Asian kid on the block, and they would jack my shit.
Yeah.
Fucking hated that shit. So I was like, you know what? As I get older, I'm just gonna go fucking crazy. When I was in high school too, and one of the homies gave me a gun, and I was like, let's see what happens. Never used it because guns scared me.
Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. I said, clock. Put it in this little thing.
Like, oh God.
I think my dad actually found it and he threw it away, but he's never mentioned it because when I went to college and I came back, I couldn't find the gun.
Where do you throw it? Just in the trash?
I don't know.
Garbage disposal.
How do you get rid of guns?
I don't know
You gotta
because
melt
I
that
had
shit like
two.
Lord of the Rings.
I had two Glocks. I returned one back to the homie, and then the other one I had in the house. And I used to live in the back area. We called it the shed, but it's my dad built like this back house area, and I put it there under the shelf in a box. And I think when I came back, it was gone. So my dad threw it away for sure. Either he thought it was a fake gun, or he just not gonna say shit. And he just tossed it away. Yeah.
Damn. That's fucking crazy.
Well, I got some crazy stories, bro. What time is it, man? How much time we got left?
It's
Oh,
11.
we in. It's an hour 18 in,
Wow,
baby.
dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah, well, that
Ricky
wraps
Gervais.
up.
Ricky Gervais.
That was supposed to be the
Go.
topic, and we didn't talk shit about Ricky Gervais.
He's great.
He's
That's
a
it.
legend.
There's nothing else you can say off that, you know?
That's right. Dookie Dicks, baby.
Dookie Dick.
That's right.
That's our
how we do it.
podcast name.
Hashtag Dookie Dick.
What's this trio that we call here?
We're
Hashtag
Dicks.
Dookie Dicks. The Dookie Dick Trio.
The Dookie Dick Trio is
Dookie
on the
Dick
podcast,
Trio,
baby.
baby.
Nah, we
Share all your
we're the Gookie Monsters.
The Gookie Monsters.
we the Gookie Monsters.
Hashtag share your Dookie Dick stories in the comments below. If you have pictures, post pictures.
And I'm gonna make an emotional YouTube video where it's just two people staring at each other across. The first time I put it in your ass, it was a horrific experience. They're gonna have headphones on and they can't hear it.
That's a great short film.
Dude, I'm down black and white. A violin in the back.
Like a beautiful
Gonna
noir.
win fucking Sundance for sure, dude.
Dookie Dick. It's
the next Parasite.
Sundance 2020.
Parasite 2. Electric Boogaloo.
Well,
Hashtag-
Patrick, where can they find you?
My Instagram, my name, patrick.t.riley. Find all my stuff.
Yeah, you need to start posting more shit, by the way.
I do.
2020 is the year that you promote yourself.
I can't say. I'm not going to write that. I can't say
I do.
anything.
You're right.
Nick the Ear on Instagram and YouTube and whatever.
Yeah, if you want to come to him for personal training.
Yeah, hit me up. If you guys have any questions or, need some advice on some New Year's resolution stuff, hit me up.
Yep.
I'll be I'll be happy to help you out. All right. And you can find David at DavidSoComedy.com.
Which I want to change that because I'm not a comic anymore.
He's still pretty funny
Aren't you
though,
gonna do it
right?
again though? You gonna do stand up again?
I got 2 shows in February, so I guess I still am.
Nice.
But
Where at?
in Jersey and New York, but I'll be out there.
Shit, all right, Aunt.
Yeah, you know how it is, baby. Doing that stand up. I'm about to get kicked out because I say crazy shit.
Boom, 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 boom.
Spotify, Stitcher, podcast, iTunes, whatever. 5 stars. Leave comments below. Interact. Say what's up. See y'all next time.
Tell a friend
Yeah.
about the podcast.
Peace.